Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our Monday weather update. And to those of you across New Zealand, I hope you enjoyed the extra hour's sleep in this morning. I certainly did. Let's get into the forecast now that daylight saving is over. We're going to be talking probably more about Southern Ocean storms because usually by this time of the year, the Southern Ocean's getting very active. But you might have noticed the camera and the screen's a little more focused on the tropics. We have a cyclone forming, a tropical cyclone forming. The cyclone season doesn't end until the 30th of April. And with La Nina this year lingering on a little bit, that means the temperatures up here in the sea are a little bit warmer than usual. We might see a cyclone even in May this year. It's possible. So we are seeing a storm forming up here, but we've also got a very big high out around Western Australia. And that is going to zip in very quickly and then probably control that storm and stop it from coming into the New Zealand area. It's still one to watch, but it's definitely looking more likely to be out at sea with the incoming high. And the other feature, for those of you at the other end of the country, we have a change on the way, a southerly change coming in this week. Wednesday and Thursday will be much colder than they've been, but it's not the end of the settled weather. In fact, this is just a little blip. And the month of April, as we said in our Climate Watch update on Friday, is leaning drier than average for a number of places. There's still some wet weather, there's still some cold weather, but mostly leaning drier and warmer than average. But this week we do have a change on the way. So there's a bit of wet weather on the way for Southland. Now that's in drought officially now. Rainfall totals are not huge. We're talking about 5 to 15 millimetres across the southern part of the South Island. Heavier falls on the west coast. Still nothing too major, around about 60 millimetres coming there. Might trigger a rain warning. And the rainfall totals really drop along these eastern areas, just a couple of showers, and really not much in the north either. 5 to 10 millimetres coming through for Auckland and Waikato. And Coromandel, which really needs the rain, 2 to 5 millimetres. So we could do with more rain over in the Coromandel because of the native bush running out of, well, not getting its normal rainfall over the last 4 years in a row. So we do need more rain falling around the North Island. By the way, this is the 24-hour rain map from 7 o'clock Tuesday morning to 7 o'clock Wednesday morning. Let's get into Tuesday's forecast. There is the storm forming just west of Vanuatu and just north of New Caledonia. Very likely to become a tropical cyclone based on the modelling this week. Meanwhile, at the other end of the country, we've got low pressure and a southerly that's starting to form. There'll be a bit of rain on Tuesday on the west coast. Otherwise, we've still got a northerly quarter flow. Northerlies, northeasterlies, northwesterlies. That will help keep the temperatures up on Tuesday. By Wednesday, in comes the southerly. That blue line showing the colder air of the Southern Ocean about to come in. Some places won't have daytime highs in the teens. They'll be 10, 11, 12 degrees as the maximum temperature. That's well down on where you've been with some places in the mid-20s over the last week or two. So we'll be seeing a change. I think, in fact, even the late 20s. You'll be seeing that southerly change, snow on the mountains, but not necessarily a lot of rain falling for most places. The rainfall totals, as we just said, are not too huge. The storm up here getting bigger and deeper as it moves into New Caledonia as well. By Thursday, the storm's even deeper. The air pressure is that near New Caledonia, that tropical cyclone. And at the other end of the country, in comes high pressure. So that's going to start to shut down the rain over on the west coast. It'll become sunnier for you by the time we get to that point on Thursday. And the cooler winds move up the eastern side, so everyone's got a slightly cooler Thursday. But for those in the upper North Island, it's only a few degrees down from where you've been, which has been several degrees above average over the weekend. The first weekend of April was mid-20s, which is well above normal. So as we get to the end of the week, this is how we shape up on Friday. We probably have a tropical cyclone leaving New Caledonia, but protecting New Zealand, this very powerful high coming out of Tasmania and slowly moving in. So we'll see some showers in the east and an easterly flow at the top of the country. Otherwise, large dry areas are forming this weekend. Now we get to Saturday, even larger, drier areas are moving in. The eastern side now is dry, mostly dry on the west coast, but there will be a few light showers coming in for you, and maybe a couple of showers down around Southland, but don't get too excited by that. And then we get into the final map here for Sunday, and we're seeing that low pressure zone to the north really weakening and may well lose its cyclone status as that big high rolls in, pushing back against it and stopping the rain from really coming into the New Zealand area, which matches what we were saying on Friday in our Climate Watch update for the month of April, saying that most of the North Island will lean drier than average unless we get hit by a random cyclone. But in this case, it looks as though the high pressure zone is much more powerful. And for now, that low is likely to remain to the north. I didn't actually mention too much about New South Wales, but there are more rain and showers coming through, and there is a chance this Friday that there could be more heavy rain in Sydney as well, with the potential of over 100 millimetres in 24 hours. So keep an eye on your local bomb warnings in Australia, because there could be more flooding as La Nina lingers a little longer. But it is slowly fading. It is slowly going away. By the way, the cyclone season, it ends April 30th, but with the extra temperatures with La Nina this year, we may well get a cyclone still forming in the month of May. That's all from me. We'll see you again on Tuesday with our next update.